Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you would be fine and fit inside your homes. Your examinations are approaching fast. They are being held in the month of November, for which the board has issued a notification. So, in these days of approaching examinations, you must put extra hard work. You must do extra hard work and put extra efforts to crack these examinations with ease. Second bad thing is that the COVID 19, or we can say the coronavirus, considered to be born from Wuhan city of China, is killing people in plenty. It's infecting people in plenty. It has collapsed the health structure, infrastructure of those countries having well developed health infrastructure like America and Italy and other developed states of the national world. Dear students, in these days, you have to care for your lives. You must remain inside your homes because home isolation is only remedy or the medication to fight this deadly virus. Still, no vaccination is available for it. So when you will be inside your homes in home isolation, you can prepare the things for the examination. Also, can defeat this infection when your physical contacts would be least. Dear students, yesterday a student called me from Kokrusa that once again threw the light on non-alignment moment. Dear students, before going the concept non-alignment moment, let me tell you a very important thing. In 1945, when Second World War came in, when Second World War came to an end, it was culminated in 1945. It did start in 1939, and finally it ended in 1945. One of its consequences was that the world got divided into two hostile blocks, or two power blocks, or two opposite blocks. One block was headed by America, United States of America, that's called the capitalist bloc or the Western bloc, and another was headed by USSR, former USSR, that's called Socialist Bloc or the Communist Bloc. And the rivalry between two from 1945 to 1990 is termed as Cold War in the world politics or the history of the world. And its second important consequence was the consequence I'm talking about, the consequence of the Second World War, the most colonized nations of the world start gaining freedom. India gained freedom in 1947. That's uh, after the end of Second World War. In Sri Lanka also got in 1948, and Indonesia got to freedom from the imperialism or colonization in 1952. So, in order to safeguard their fresh independence, because world was divided into two hostile blocks, two opposite blocks, the many leaders of these states, newly states, take an initiative to launch a movement that would safeguard our fresh independence. But dear students, thus the non-alignment movement is group of 120 developing states formerly not aligned with or against the power blocks in the world. So, in the many leaders, great leaders of the newly independent states like India, Yugoslavia, Ghana, uh, this Egypt, finally taken initiative, their leaders taken initiative to hit a moment that will safeguard our fresh independence and by which we cannot join the aims of these two power blocks. In bonding conference, at the bonding conference held in 1955, it is principles were agreed, and finally this movement was launched in Belgrade in 1961. So it is in simple language. In simple language, we can consider it the foreign policy of those countries which gained independence after the end of Second World War and did not join either of the two power blocs in the world. Dear students, the non-enlargement word or this came into appearance in 1976 when the heads in fifth conference of this non-enlargement movement in 1976 this came into appearance. So simple it is. It is the foreign policy of those countries who gained independence of the culmination of the Second World War and did not join the power blocs of the world. Remember, it is never a neutral policy. It is not to join the military aims of the Russia, former USSR or America because the military blocks were formed. One bloc was formed by America, that's called NATO, and in counter, the Warsaw Pact was launched by USSR to not join the military aims or the military politics to safeguard the fresh independence. This is the foreign policy of 120 developing states. It is never a neutral policy. Neutral means nothing. It is the foreign policy not to join the military aims or military politics or the hostile politics in the world because these two power blocs were serving as a magnet. They were attracting newly independent states to join their military aims or join their need. And finally, the leaders from India, leaders from the developing states like Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, like Colonel Nisar of Egypt, like Marshal Tito of Yugoslavia, like Sukarno of Indonesia, finally took an initiative and its principles were agreed in bonding conference held in 1955 and in 1961 in Belgrade conference non-enlargement policy was hit and it came into appearance in 1976 in the fifth conference of these states. So, summarizing the fact, non-alignment movement is considered the foreign policy of those countries who gained independence after end of Second World War and did not join either of the two blocs that power blocs, hostile blocs that came into appearance or came into sense after the culmination of the Second World War. So simple it is. It is never a neutral policy. So you have to keep in mind it's never a neutral policy. It is the foreign policy of 120 developing states that did not join the power blocs or they are not against the power blocs but they are carrying on their foreign policy without joining the military aims of these blockers. So it's all about the foreign non-enlargement moment. If any confusion strikes your mind after watching this video, you can call me on my number and do see these things on your available political science books so that you may grasp the concept well. And before leaving the class, I'm advising do remain inside your home, stick to the book so that you can defeat the COVID-19 infection and also can prepare the things for the coming examinations. Thanks. Be blessed.